In the blistering heat of the late 19th century, two powerful forces converged on the banks of the Nile, destined for a collision that would define an era. This is the story of the British reconquest of Sudan, a brutal clash between the industrial might of the world's greatest empire and the unyielding faith of a desert caliphate. At the heart of this conflict was the city of Omdurman, the capital of the Mahdist state, a religious movement that had successfully driven out foreign powers and forged a vast domain in the heart of Africa. Now, the British were coming to reclaim it, not just for strategic control of the Nile and the Suez Canal, but for imperial pride and to avenge a defeat that had stained their national honor for over a decade. Leading the charge was Major General Herbert, the cold, meticulous, and ruthlessly efficient commander-in-chief of the Anglo-Egyptian army. He was a man who left nothing to chance, assembling a modern killing machine of over 25,000 men. His British infantry were clad in khaki, armed with rapid-firing Lee Metford rifles, and supported by a devastating array of modern artillery and the terrifying new Maxim machine gun. Against this technological juggernaut stood the Khalifa Abdullah al-Tashi and his Mahdist army. They were a force of over 55,000 warriors.
Go, faster,
a spectacular and intimidating sight, driven not by military drills, but by a messianic creed that promised paradise to those who fell fighting the infidel. Their weapons were often spears and swords. Their greatest asset was
General,
their courage.
They've breached the
faith.
perimeter at the river crossing. We're
As
taking
Kitchener's
heavy
army
casualties,
marched
sir.
relentlessly
The
south,
regiment is falling back.
the tension mounted with every mile.
The objective remains
On
the
the
wells
final
at
day
first light.
of August
Captain,
1898,
your company will lead the
they
advance.
encamped
Understood,
just
sir.
north of Omdurman,
Battalions,
the air thick
wheel
with the
left.
certainty of
Form the
imminent
line. Faster now,
A
position.
cavalry patrol sent to scout the terrain made a chilling discovery. What they first mistook for a simple brushwood fence in the Himalayas was something far more terrifying. A 4-mile-long moving wall of armed Mahdist warriors, a human tide preparing to sweep across the plain. Kitchener, ever the engineer, calmly arranged his forces into a perfect defensive link, his flanks anchored by the Nile, turning the desert into a calculated killing ground. As the sun rose on September 2nd, the Mahdist host began its charge. A sea of white robes and flashing steel surging forward with chants and choreography. The first British shells screamed across the sky, exploding in their ranks. The question was now to be answered in blood and fire. Could the fervor of 55,000 men overcome the cold, mechanical slaughter of the industrial age? The Battle of Omdurman had begun.
To the left flank, quickly now. Move up by the rocks. Yalla, yalla. Aywa ya basha. Withdraw. Hold back. All troops, pull back. Victory is ours! Charge! Attack! For the faith! Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire!
Gentlemen, the order is advance. Total victory.
Yes, sir.
We move now.
Charge! Hurrah! Allahu Akbar! We rise for the Mahdi!
Maintain the pace, Sergeant. We press on until midday.
The Mahdi's glory calls us, but the guns consume us all.
There we are. You're a brave lad, just rest now.